So I wake up this morning and I say to myself, Professor, you gotta get out and running. You got some stuff to do. So I take the early bus uptown. I go and do some errands, do some grocery shopping, grab myself something to eat. And as I'm sitting there eating breakfast, I decide to idly open up my phone, go onto my Twitter, and I suddenly see all sorts of new stuff being tweeted about new Pokemon information. I flip over to the YouTube app and check the Pokemon channel, and lo and behold, a new trailer is out. Welcome back, Pokemon trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order, and it's time for another Pokemon Sun and Pokemon news and update information video thingy here on the channel. As I said, a new trailer is available on the Pokemon channel on YouTube, so feel free to click in the description down, or click the link in the description down below. Check out the trailer in its entirety, because as I did with the last one, I'm going to be doing two versions of this. I'm going to be recording my reaction to the video as it plays, but if for whatever reason it is claimed by copyright and cannot be shown, I'm also going to save a copy of this video you're watching right now without the trailer itself so that I can still upload something, and we're going to check out, either way, the Pokemon website for Sun and Moon and read all the information on there, because that's where you get a lot more information than just the visuals, but the visuals are important too, of course. Now, without any further ado, let's hop into this. It's almost 3 minutes long, which means a good potential amount of information is about to be shown right now. Alright, what are we looking at here? Amazing evolutions. So, yes, type Null does evolve into Silvally. Sounds like something from Back to the Future. The ability is the RKS system. Still is a normal type. The RKS system changes type while holding certain items. So, as everyone's already talking about, this is Baby Arceus. The unique move is multi-attack and matches Silvally's current type. So, this looks just like some slashing too. Watch Jangmo-o evolve into Hakamo-o. Dragon Fighting, still bulletproof and soundproof, and Kommo-o, bulletproof, soundproof. So it still has the same typing, or same abilities, but I believe they say this is the first time we have a Dragon Fighting type. What was that? Back that up. Hold one moment here. That was like Sky Uppercut? What? It just launches that thing into the air. Oh, that looked awesome. And now, you know what? I gotta go back. What are the names again? Alright, so, Kommo-o. Alright. And the middle form, Hakamo-o. So, I've prided myself on remembering names really quick. Hakamo-o, Kommo-o. Got it. Alright, so Hakamo-o. We're gonna watch, once again, let's just watch the Sky Uppercut. Bam! Take that, Gabite! And now Kommo-o. Says something about unique fighting style, I think. Unique move. Clanging Scales. Super effective on the dragon, so... Okay, Bound Sweet evolves into Steenie. Still Grass. Leaf Guard, Oblivious. And those are the same abilities I've had before. And Sarina. Serena? Wait, we've had a trainer named Serena. Is this like another Battle Bond thing? Not at all. So, basic standard grass attack there. What can you do? You get the same abilities, I believe it said. Unique ability is Queenly Majesty. Bruxish cannot use... Okay, and Trop Kick. You know what? Can I just go back a little bit here? Okay, we'll check you out in a second, Cutie Fly. You are going to evolve. Does it say what the Majesty does? Bruxish used Aqua Jet. Bruxish cannot use Aqua Jet. Is this like Dazzling of Bruxish that prevents priority moves? Could be. Could very well be. But why would they give it a different name? Now, they've done that before where, say, Vital Spirit and Insomnia, Huge Power and Pure Power, I believe, are the same thing too. So this could just be the same ability with a different name. Maybe they figured Queenly Majesty doesn't fit for Bruxish. So... I don't know, but it seems to be the same kind of thing. We're going to find out on the Pokemon website, of course, what Queenly Majesty does. And what does Trop Kick do? It's a unique move for Serena. It's like a grass-type kick. So Cutie Fly evolves into Ribombee. Still Bug Fairy. Honey Gather and Shield Dust, I think, is what Cutie Fly had. Ribombee. Take that, Passimian. Wait, what was that? Giga Drain, maybe? Now, here's the thing. I've seen the Korokoro leak for the Alolan Grimer, and thanks to all the tweets I've been seeing, I have seen Alolan Muck. I'm going to talk about this if I can remember, because many times I say, I'm going to mention this later, and I forget. So I'm going to try to remember this. Actually, you know what? First of all, so we'll pause right here. you see here, Grimer doesn't really look that much different. People have been saying how it's now got teeth, which is for the first time ever. They become poison and dark type this time around, still retaining poison. Now, Muck, look at the colors. It's like when you take the 3-flavor ice cream, Neapolitan ice cream, and you start swirling it around, before it becomes that faded brown goo all over, you kind of get something like that. Of course, now there's some rocks in there too, of course. But I wanted to say, it's interesting how in nature, a lot of times a poisonous creature, like poisonous snakes, have a lot of colors to them. That's because the more colorful the creature, the more dangerous it's known by other creatures to be, more poisonous. So, and of course there are not Pokemon. Let's talk about the real world for a second. There are animals who will emulate that colorful body scheme although they're not poison, they do it to ward off predators. So the fact that the still poison, now dark Alola form of Muck has all these colors, it kind of fits in that kind of a thought process, I think. It's very colorful because it's very poisonous. So Poison Touch and Gluttony are the abilities. Anything else new for you? Any perhaps new unique moves or anything? That was a Poison Fang, it looked like. Look at the teeth on that. I know they're not really teeth, they're just like gemstones or something, but... what was that? Introducing new trainers. We have Olivia, the Kahuna of Akala Island. Great, blah 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 blah. My partners are all adorable, rugged little rock types. I'm challenged by Island Kahuna Olivia. Nose Pass. Alright, and Elima, a trial captain specializing in normal type. Look forward to seeing the brilliance of your moves in my trial. And it begins! The trial of Captain Elima! Trial start! Alright, calm down. Let's get this. Get that ad out of here. I don't even have an X on that. You know what? That's actually all for the trailer. So... interesting. So, they revealed previously that there were a certain number of trainers for the trials, of course. Now wait. That showed a new trial captain and a new Island Kahuna. We haven't seen all the Island Kahunas yet, I don't think, or have we? I think we've only seen the one. It is... what's that guy's name? Not Kukui. I don't know, he's the Kahuna of Melee Island, the guy with the yellow Hawaiian shirt. He's friends with Tapu Koko. I don't think they've shown any more Kahunas yet, but we have just seen one more right now. So that is it for the trailer. Feel free to go and click the link in the description if you want to check that out yourself in its entirety without me yammering over it and pausing halfway through. And with that, we're now going to move over to the Pokemon website, because we have just looked at the trailer, and if you couldn't tell, that's where I'm doing my little jump cut in case I have to cut out that trailer. But, right here, they're giving us all sorts of new information. So let's start off with Type Null Evolves. And see just what is going on, because of course, I don't know if I mentioned it in the trailer or not, but in case you didn't see it, this is new to you anyway. People are definitely comparing this thing to Arceus now, because of the ability of holding different items, having different typing and such. Synthetic Pokemon, normal type, 7'7", 221.6 pounds, and has the RKS system. When Type Null gains a partner it can trust, it deliberately destroys the restraining device it wears, which, as people did say, the little ring around its neck was similar to the weird thing around Arceus' waist. Once released from that heavy mask, the Pokemon's speed increases substantially. Freed of the restraining effects of its mask, Silvally's senses are heightened and it reverts to its natural temperament. It has a wild nature, but it will obey a trainer that it trusts. And to protect that trainer from danger, it will put its own life on the line. Silvally is said to have been created to oppose a threat. Now, pause here for a moment. It's a created Pokemon. It's definitely got some stuff in similarities with Arceus itself. Do you think people were trying to recreate the god Pokemon in the world? Because it seems like that to me. By inserting exclusive items into the drive on Silvally's head, its RKS system can be activated, causing Silvally's somatic cells to mutate and glow. The RKS system enables it to change its type, and its cells glow with different colors of light depending on its type. That is identical to the multi-type ability that Arceus has. Give it a different plate, it's going to have a different type based on that. Plus, it also changes its move judgment to the type of plate that it's holding. So, not just that, Silvally's ability is called the RKS System ability, which no previous Pokemon has ever had. By having Silvally hold items that correspond to each Pokemon type, it can change its own type. Multi-Attack is a move that only Silvally can learn, and this move's type changes based on which type-related item Silvally is holding. I wonder, It says type-related item. They're not exactly saying what items they are. Do you think it could use... They'll probably give it some sort of new item collection, right? But what if they made it so it could also hold plates to have that ability and effect? What if it can do one of the drives that Genesect can hold? You know? What if each of those has a different type effect to it? Could be. Either way, they could just simply create a whole new legion of types, or legion of items that this thing can hold, changing its types. Now, they do note that this is an evolution, but it has to have a strong bond with the trainer. So that sounds like a friendship evolution. Some people were debating this might be like a form change in battle. Some people think it might be related to Battle Bond with Ash Greninja that we're seeing, because it does say something about when it gains a partner it can trust, it deliberately destroys the restraining device. So, that could be a thing. Let's check out some more Pokemon here. More evolutions in the Alola region. Alright, what do we got? Come on. Computer's being a little bit too slow. We want the information now. Here we go. So, let's take a look at... We'll start right here with... Well, let's start with Alolan Grimer, and we'll work our way up from there. Let me open you in a new tab. Thank you. Alright, Alolan Grimer. In fact, I'm going to switch to the more long-range wireless mouse so I can sit back a bit. So, Sludge Pokemon, Poison Dark, Poison Touch, and Gluttony. And exactly, I forget what Gluttony does, but I think it means it uses a held item, like a held berry faster. So instead of like a 33% HP means you use your Salac Berry, I think you use it at 50%. I'm not sure, but Poison Touch basically gives all physical connecting moves a slight chance to inflict poison. When the population of the Alola region increased, dealing with their garbage became a serious problem. As a solution, Grimer were imported from other regions. They fed primarily on garbage so their body composition changed, as did their form. What appear to be teeth in this Pokemon's mouth are in fact residual toxins from the garbage it eats, which have hardened and crystallized. No method has been discovered to break down these crystals. Well, drinking enough soda pop could probably do it for you. Direct contact with them presents a danger. I guess because it's concentrated toxin. Imagine how... This is like The Walking Dead when the bite turns you into a walker. Well, actually, nope, the bite does not turn you into a walker. It just leads to your passing, which then turns you into a walker, as far as I know. But that's kind of what these teeth seem to imply. They're just concentrated, pure toxin. Alolan Grimer is always eating garbage, but its constant hunger will cause it to begin eating other manufactured objects if it runs out of garbage to feed on. There are more than 100 Alolan Grimer in Alola's garbage processing plants, and all of the garbage produced in the Alola region is taken for use as their food. So basically, kind of like recycling. These guys are living, breathing garbage disposals. I was going to say garbage compactors, but no, they don't compact it. They just simply dispose of it. And where it goes from there, we don't want to know. So let's check out the Alolan Muck. Very colorful. Sludge Pokemon, Poison Dark, same abilities, Poison Touch and Gluttony. Alolan Muck eats whatever is in reach without pausing, and if it feels the sharp pangs of hunger, it runs amok. It's thought that its voracious appetite stems from an inability to maintain its energy levels without a constant influx of toxins. Toxins have accumulated in Alolan Muck's body from a steady diet of various waste products and manufactured materials. This accumulation has brought about a chemical change, producing a new kind of toxin. New kind of toxin. Do you think there's going to be a more powerful kind of poison in this generation? Alolan Muck has the same poisonous crystals as Alolan Grimer, but they're not limited to just its mouth. They extend from all over the surface of its body. So, no touchy. Alolan Muck uses them to attack, just like other Pokemon use their fangs or claws. And these highly toxic crystals are easily knocked loose, making them extraordinarily dangerous. The Grimer and Muck in the Alola regions produce and store their toxins within their bodies. So unlike the Grimer and Muck in other regions, you won't detect any unpleasant aromas when you draw near one. So they could sneak right up on you and BAM! You're poisoned. So, interesting. I do like the colors. I'm a kind of a colorful person myself, so seeing the colorful Alolan Muck makes me think, will I use one? Probably not, but the option is there. I'm going to check out Serena in a moment. Let's check out... hang on. What was the other one? Tsunade? No, Steenie. What was I thinking? Tsunade. Steenie. Fruit Pokemon, Grass type, Leaf Guard, Oblivious abilities. The calyx on Steenie's head is harder than Bounsweet's, so Steenie no longer worries about being stabbed by other Pokemon. What is calyx? Is it the green chunk? Probably. As Bounsweet, this Pokemon may have preferred to run away from others, but now Steenie and other Pokemon can play together. Upon evolving, this Pokemon's fragrance becomes even more delectable, but it also gains a tomboy-like personality. Living together with one is quite the ordeal. As it moves around, it spins its calyx, striking nearby objects, but Steenie couldn't care less. Good to know. Steenie unleashes combo moves using the calyx on its head and its hard legs. First, it smacks opponents with the calyx on its head, and when the opponent flinches, it lands a whacking great kick. That usually does the trick. You sound fun at parties. Let's check out Serena. I'm already forgetting the names. There's so many new Pokemon. So, also the fruit Pokemon, Grass type, Leaf Guard, and Queenly Majesty. Serena has the nature of high-class nobility. Any Pokemon or human that approaches it with evil in mind will be punished forthwith. In the name of the Pokemon Moon, I'll punish you! It even turns its fearsome glare upon its own trainer if the two of them are not fully in sync, or if its trainer orders it to use a move that will be ineffective. I hope this isn't all just flavor text. I hope things like this will... Could you imagine how much personality it would add to Pokemon in-game if they would refuse to do something, and not just the disobedience of not having the right badge kind of thing from previous generations? What if it's just built into certain Pokemon that they will disobey if you don't choose the right move and they know better than you? That'd be interesting. Only the strongest of Steenie are able to evolve. When this happens, the Steenie evolves with the blessing of other Steenie. It then uses its strength to protect the bound Suite. Serena is a high-kicking virtuoso. It has honed these skills beyond the level it achieved as a Steenie, and it attacks with graceful movements. At the same time, its fragrance mesmerizes its opponents, dealing them a secondary attack. Possibly it's almost like a sweet scent sort of thing. Drop Kick. I just like the sound of that, Trop Kick. Like Tropical Drop Kick. It's a move that only Serena can learn. And Smeargle, it lowers an opponent's attack by showering it with blazing hot kicks in a style similar to that, originating from tropical countries. It's said that this Pokemon loses its strength if touched on the crown-like protuberance on its head. Like a Saiyan's tail, if you will. Some Serena have the Queenly Majesty ability, which no other Pokemon has previously had. The effects of Queenly Majesty are so intimidating that it prevents opponents from using priority moves, so just like I thought during the trailer. Interesting. Okay, so let's skip past Steenie and check out another new Pokemon. The evolution of Cutiefly, Ribombee. It is the Bee-Fly Pokemon. Oh, it Bee-Fly, alright. Honey, Gather, and Shield Dust abilities. Bug Fairy type. Ribombee collects flower nectar and pollen to make into balls known as pollen puffs. These serve as food, and what's more, they also can cause effects like paralysis or dizziness. Ribombee may use puffs to strike their opponents during battles. Some of the pollen puffs that Ribombee make also have relaxing effects or can relieve tiredness. I could use some of that lately. These are distributed around the Alolan region as high-priced supplements. Ribombee hate getting rained on. They're covered with fluffy hairs that hold the pollen they've gathered, and the rain makes them get wet and dirty. Alolan people know that if Ribombee are busily visiting the fields of flowers, you can be sure that fair weather will continue. So they know when the good weather's coming, and they're not going to do any work unless absolutely necessary, so that they don't get washed away. And we have, let's go back to Hakamo-o. I couldn't remember that. Oh, there's too many new names. Scaly Pokemon, Dragon, and Fighting type. So as the trailer said, Bulletproof, Soundproof are still the abilities. When a Jangmo-o evolves into Hakamo-o, it breaks from its fellows and begins to live on its own to train itself. Because they did say Jangmo-o gather in colonies and train against each other, I believe. Wherever it can find Pokemon to battle against, it seems to appear. Hakamo-o dances before battle to show its strength, clanging the scales together to make them ring out. When this dance reaches its climax, Hakamo-o bellows a fierce war cry to challenge its opponent. Its scales make for fine armor, so Hakamo-o doesn't worry about self-defense as it makes multitudes of strikes and overwhelms its opponents. But as a result, its scales often become damaged and get torn off. They grow back immediately, so this does not cause Hakamo-o undue concern. In fact, I've used the number of lost scales as proof of how ferociously it has fought, and it brandishes the bared arms in a boast of victory. Okay, so let's check out Kommo-o. See what this one has to say for itself. Still scaly Pokemon, Dragon Fighting type, Bulletproof, and Soundproof. At the end of its harsh training, Hakamo-o evolves into this overwhelmingly powerful form. It returns to the land of its birth, where it watches over the Jangmo-o from a distance. There is a legend that says Kommo-o is covered in glittering scales in order to drive away a great darkness covering the world. Ultra Beasts, perhaps? Except I think they're more recent, so this is kind of a long-running tale, I'm sure. The reason these Pokemon seek out battle is to gain the power needed to defeat this darkness. When it detects someone approaching, this Pokemon rings the scales on its tail to announce its presence. It has no desire to battle against weak Pokemon. Very honorable. Kommo-o's greatest move is the uppercut. It swings its arm up from below in a punch of great skill and force, sending its foe flying into the sky. By raising its arms aloft, it can generate a force powerful enough to change the face of the surrounding landscape. It's going to literally rearrange the face of Mother Earth. Clanging Scales is a move that only Kommo-o can learn. It scrapes the scales covering its body against one another, attacking with a great clamor. After using this move, Kommo-o's defense is lowered. Okay, so a little bit of a trade-off. It's probably going to have some decent power behind it, though. And I believe it was Dragon-type because it was super effective against the Garchomp in the trailer. Are there any more Pokemon to take a look at? Silvally, the synthetic Pokemon. We already looked at you, though, didn't we? Yes, we did. So we looked at all the new Pokemon. Alright, just make sure I am up to speed on what I'm doing here. We have checked out all of these new Pokemon, close these tabs, and let's check out new trainers. And I'm going to check out just quickly over the rest of the website, see if there's anything new to read as well. So then, Kahunas lead each island. Trial captains. Let's just start... Everything down here is the same. So let's start down here with the trial captains. We've been introduced to a new one. Now, I think what I was saying, they seem to imply that we had all 4 trial captains already, but apparently there's more than just the 4. Each trial has a captain whose role is to provide guidance to trail... Everything about Alola is talking about trials. Why would I read that as trail goers? Provide guidance to trial goers. I can't read! All of the captains are trainers who undertook trials in their own island challenge a few years earlier. So, this is... Name TBA. An expert in normal-type Pokemon, Captain Elima, there we go, graduated from the trainer school and is a hero to the students of that school. Lana, we've already seen these. Let's just go quickly through here, though. Lana is a captain who's an expert with water-type Pokemon. She is dedicated to her family and is a reliable older sister who watches over her younger sisters. Captain Mallow is an expert with grass-type Pokemon. She loves cooking, but it seems that sometimes her taste is a bit particular. Specializing in electric-type Pokemon, Captain Sophocles is good with mechanics and has invented various machines. And Kiawe is a captain whose expertise is in fire-type Pokemon. I think he has Alolan Marowak. Spoilers. Together with his Marowak, he studies the traditional dances that have been passed down in the Alola region. I should read the whole thing first before acting like I'm all in the know about stuff that people don't know. Anyway, what's interesting here, it's proving that it's not just 4 trial captains. Now, there are 4 main islands in the Alola region, as we can see back here. So, people were debating that maybe each island will have 1 trial, but it looks like that's not the case. We have 5 trial captains revealed. More could be revealed, so just to make up for the fact that there doesn't seem to be any gyms, I'm thinking it's going to be 8 trials in total. 2 captains per island. Maybe they have you cycle back through the islands a second time and access a different area that you couldn't before to get to the second trials on each island. So that could be a thing. Let's go ahead and check out the Kahunas. Kahunas lead each island. Each of Alola's 4 islands has a leader called the Island Kahuna, who governs the island. Kahunas are chosen by the Pokemon known as guardian deities, which are also found on each island. So Tapu Koko would have chosen... What is that guy's name? It's not Hao, that's the kid. It's not Kukui. Why can I not remember? I'm going to find out when I scroll down, of course. Olivia is the Kahuna of Akala Island, the second island you visit on your island challenge. Her skill is extraordinary, as can only be expected from someone chosen to serve as a Kahuna at such a young age. Yet she still insists that she is just a normal girl. Alright then. And Hala! I knew it was close to Hao. Hala is the Kahuna of Melee Island, where you have just moved to, and is also your rival Hao's grandfather. His skill is renowned in the Alola region. He gives you your first partner Pokemon and expects great things from you. Don't let the man down. So, obviously we're getting some more information on the Kahunas. We only see 2 of them so far, but it looks like, unless they change this in the near future, looks like each island is going to have 1 of these Kahunas. Could have 2 trial captains each island, but each one's going to look like to have 1 island Kahuna. I believe that is all the new information. Let me just close some tabs down here, and nothing else on the main page. Let's check out the cool features tab, just to see if there's anything new to mention. More fun at Global Link, that was already up there. Relive Mega Evolution. Alola region, I think, probably just has all the same stuff. Kahunas, trial captains, yada, yada, yada. Yep, all the same stuff. So, that's the information we have on the new Pokemon Sun and Moon information. Information on information. Yeah, I said it twice. So, what do you think about all this? What do you think about baby Arceus. Like, what is the story there? It's an artificially created Pokemon. It looks like it's been hacked together from other pieces of Pokemon, which is, in a way, a very obvious way, quite disgusting. But it's replicating what we know about Arceus, multi-type, you know, having items that change its attack into whatever type you want it to have. I wonder if they did this just so we could have an Arceus-type Pokemon in competitive play, because Arceus is prohibited because of the stats. I don't know, what do you think about that? Leave a comment down below. And also let me know what you think of the new Pokemon that have been revealed in the Alola region. I remember seeing something a while back that were supposedly leaks of a trailer that hadn't been out yet, and they were showing Bounsweet's evolution was almost like this, I think it was supposed to be like a dragon fruit thing, and it was like a dragon-necked creature. Well, obviously, you can see right here, Bounsweet does not evolve into that, so that's why I don't like to cover leaks, because you never know what's really going to be true. There has been leaks of the starter evolution's final forms that have been out for quite some time, and admittedly, I will say, like many other people are saying, the leaks look like they could be evolved forms of the Stage 1 forms that we've seen, but until it's confirmed, that's a leak. It's not official. I'm not looking at that right now. But I like this. Now, I like the look of Muck. I'm not going near you, because you're very toxic and poisonous, but I like the look. I like how it looks like it's got claws, too, for those toxic stones. But one touch of that, and you're done. So anyway, feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of all this stuff that we've seen, and if you didn't see the trailer, for example, if I was not able to show it off because of the copyright issue, which is fine, feel free to check that out. There's a link in the description. You can check the trailer out yourself, and come on back and let me know what do you think about all this information, and what do you think about this Silvally? Like, do you think, well, obviously, we're going to have access to it at some point. Do you think it's going to be able to make, evolve into this form under the control of Gladion? Because we know type Null is Gladion's Pokemon. Something tells me I don't see this thing evolving into Silvally until it joins us. You know, we're the trainer. They're going to have the bond with it. That's another thing. What if Battle Bond is a thing? I didn't mention this in the last video, but I had a sudden, or not a sudden thought, I was thinking about this for the past little while. What if there's a trainer? Now, we've had in the past, you can find a trainer in, not even just a trainer, but a character in the games that will teach your starter Pokemon Hydro Cannon, Blast Burn, Frenzy Plant, and only to your starter Pokemon, right? What if there's somebody in the game that can teach Battle Bond ability, like replacing the current ability, to certain Pokemon such as your starters? Because with one instance of Battle Bond being Ash Greninja, I can see there being some sort of new Battle Bond feature for other Pokemon. There's no real way to tell that, of course, just yet. But what if that is a thing? What if Battle Bond is how Type Null becomes Silvally? Anyway, feel free to leave some comments down below. I'm going to get ready to go edit this video and the episode of Pokemon Sapphire coming up later on tonight. It is our final episode for the week, and we take care of some business, let's just say that. It's going to be an interesting battle, interesting fight. I spoiled it, but we're going into a gym, let's just say that. Anyway, once again, I want to say, if I hadn't said it already, thanks for watching the episode. Feel free to leave a like down below if you enjoyed this video, and leave some comments. We can get some discourse back and forth about what's going on here with Sun and Moon. We are less than a week until the demo drops, and after that, a month away until the actual games. I'm excited. Hope you're excited. Alright, I'm signing off for the day. Professor Chaz is out of here. I'll catch you next time.